Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our webinar, The Revolution in Foreign Language. I am Augusto Aguirre. I am thrilled to be your host today, alongside with my colleagues, Elian Santillan. Hello, Elian. And David Aguilar. Hello, David.
Hello,
We are coming.
everyone. Please let me turn off my camera. Hello, everyone.
Hello everyone, this is me, Elian Santillan. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Elian. Thank you, David. We are coming to our live for our Unemi Panel project, exploring how technology is reshaping English in education in 2026. Before we start, let's test the chat. I want you to write your names, please. And also, I want to know who is here. Tell me, what is your favorite digital tool for teaching English? Maybe is it Canva, it is Duolingo, ChatGPT, Grammarly, or any other tool? Please try to type in the chat box. I'm waiting for you.
Okay, as the teacher Augusto says, we're gonna have a period of waiting for someone in this webinar. So we have this chance for about 5, 7 minutes. If you're okay with me, teachers, tell me.
I see someone writing. Yes, it's amazing. ChatGPT is an excellent tool. Any other? I see someone typing Canva. Yes, it is a amazing digital tool for teaching English as well, alongside with ChatGPT. Thank you. I think uh, they are greeting us, but trying to our viewers trying to answer the question. What is your favorite digital tool for teaching English? I can see we can some viewers. I can see someone type quiz. Quizlet, yeah, it's also a great tool to teach English. Thank you for your comments. Now I'm gonna explain our goal, our mission, our today's mission. Our goal today is simple. We want to show you how learning theories and experimental AI tools can turn any boring classroom, any traditional classroom, as we can see, in a high-teach learning environment. Let's look at our first slide. Here I'm gonna try to explain to all of you, to all of our viewers, the learning theory. As you can see, connectivism. Connectivism, as George Simmons famously said, the pipe is more than important than the content in the pipe. In this digital age, knowledge is just about books, it's a network. For example, for me in Palora, I work there. It's a little town in the Amazon region. This theory is a game changer. Learning is the process of connecting not people, digital tools, global resources. By using technology, we are connecting our Amazon community directly to the global English-speaking world. I'm gonna test you once again. I'm gonna ask you to write again in the chat box. Think about this. Think about this. Who is a node in your professional network? In your maybe a colleague, maybe a tool, for example, a YouTube channel and TikTok, a ChatGPT, as I said before. Type one person or a tool that helps you learn new things every day. Please, I wanna waiting for your answers. I can see a comment, a colleagues. Yeah, it's a note. Yeah, it's great. Someone else. Anyone else? Don't be shy. Just type in the chat box, please. Now let's continue. Now I'm gonna explain about the web quest methodology. Now, how do we organize this network? We use the web quest methodology. As you can see on the screen, we have the 5 pillars of the web quest: introduction, task, process, evaluation, and conclusion. The benefits. A web quest isn't just researching for facts, it's about analyzing them. We provide the scaffolding, the step by step process, the step by step path, so students don't get lost in the sea of information. It promotes critical thinking by making students use the information to solve a real problem. I'm gonna give you to all of you a pro tip. If you want your students stop copying and pasting from Wikipedia, Rincón del Vago, or any other untrustworthy source, we need to give them a web quest. In my individual task, I use book widgets to bring the 5 pillars mentioned before to life. I focus on a difficult topic. I choose to talk the four conditional, zero, first, second, and third. But the beauty of the web widget is that it creates an immediate feedback. I embed interactive puzzles, self-reading quizzes, so students know exactly where they stand in real time. Because, according to my outlook, I believe grammar should feel real. That's why my examples aren't about genetics, or genetic series, and so on. They are about our surroundings. They are about Valora. We use sentences about the Numaime River, for example, the Pitahaya crops, the waterfalls, and so on and so on. And also our local Amazonian life to make the third conditional feel personal to our students. Any questions maybe so far? If you have any kind of question, please type in the chat box, please. Okay, any questions? Well, so far so good. As we move forward, remember our team mantra. I'm gonna tell you to all of you, to all our viewers, our team's mantra. AI is the copilot. Remember, not the pilot. We use technology to augment our humanity, to improve our humanity, not replacing it. To see how this looks in terms of institutional design and AI avatars and also AI tools, I want to welcome my colleagues. My colleague Elian Santillan. Elian, tell us about your model and also how to use panel as a virtual learning environment.
Thank you, Augusto. I am Leon Santillana, as my colleague said before. So, in Unit 2, I focus on fostering receptive skills, reading and listening, using Padlet as our virtual learning environment. Padlet is amazing because it acts as a digital canvas where we can centralize various tools. All right. So, as we said before, next step, please, Augusto. Help me with that. All right. Thank you so much. Now, uh, let's introduce these two processes which are really important for us, right? So, my presentation is on the integration of technology and artificial intelligence in teaching English as a foreign language. My focus is on how we can transform the learning experience using modern instructional design and innovate digital environments. Let's dive into the framework that support this proposal. To ensure this project is pedagogically sound, I have utilized three core frameworks. First, the ADI model. So, as I said before, this is really important, and now we're going to dive into this. This is our roadmap. We analyze the learner's needs, design the lesson plans, develop the digital resources using tools like HeyGen AI and live workshops. Implement them in a virtual learning environment which is VLE, and finally evaluate the results through feedback. Then we have the Assure model, specifically for scaffolding receptive skills, reading and listening in this case. I applied the Assure model. These help us analyze learner digital literacy, stay clear objective, and most importantly, require active participation. We aren't just giving them content, we are requiring them to engage with it. We got the final process of this slide, which is TPACK. Finally, the foundation of my work is TPACK, as I said before. This represents the sweet spot where technology, pedagogy, and content knowledge intersect, right? It's not just about using a cool tool, it's about using the right tool for the right pedagogical goal. So, thank you for this. I want to know if you have any kind of questions. If you have some question, please let me know in the chat box, or just let me ask you. Right? Have you ever used these kind of methodologies, this kind of process, like the Assure model, like the ADI model, GPACK? Let me know in the chat box, please, to have more information about this. We as a teacher use these tools, right? Just let me know. Let's wait for your answers in the chat box. Thank you very much, Patricia. Thank you, my friends. Okay, Jonathan Vargas said, how may I evaluate the results using the feedbacks? All right, that's a good question because we know that we are going to evaluate the process, and at the end, what I will going to know is just that students need to go further, right? We need to guide them in the process, and at the end, if they don't have if they don't achieve the goal that we as a teacher propose, we are going to just to give them feedback, right? And at the end, that feedback is going to be really important for our with for us, sorry, for us with we as a teachers, right? So now let's continue with next slide, please. Also, thank you very much. Now we have receptive skills VLE, as I said before, virtual learning environment. Uh, for this project, I choose Padlet as our digital canvas. Padlet allows for a non-linear, organized, and visually appealing environment where the students can find all their tasks in one place. The AI age, where we made this project unique, is the AI edge, as I said before, to humanize the digital experience. I integrated Heijen AI avatar, which is a really uh, appealing tool that we're going to look up on internet, right? This is a 20 or 30 seconds welcome video where a professional AI avatar introduces the learning objective. Why do this? Because it increases students' engagement and provides a clear, native-like model of a speech from the very second they enter the platform. It sets a professional tone for the entire module, right? Next slide, please. Receptive tools integration. Let's break down the specific tools used for receptive skills. For reading, we use live worksheets. This transforms a traditional text into an interactive lecture with four multiple choice questions that provide instant feedback. For listening, I have integrated a TED. This isn't just watching a video, it's an interactive experience with a think quiz designed to test deep comprehension. Supplementary material, we also include resources from the British Council, especially a good night's sleep, to ensure the content is varied and aligned with the international standard. Um, to sum this up, by combining solid instructional design like ADI and TPACK with cutting edge AI technology, we can create an EFL environment that is not only efficient but also highly engaging for the 21st century learner. Thank you for your attention, and I now open to any question you may have. Please let me know if you have any question. Have you ever tried these kind of tools? Probably, as I said before, we as a teacher need these AI tools for engage our students. And this is really pivotal for our environment, right? One of the most I like, one of the most tools that I really use nowadays is um, HeyGen, because you can create an avatar and then you're going to take your classes to another level. That is going to help you a lot if you apply these in your lesson plans. Probably if you take into account that we have live worships, but not common live worship. We are going to use just another. We are going to create a live worship with probably listening practice, writing practice, and to test all the skills that we as teachers know, right? Please let me know if you have any question in the chat box, the live chat, or please let me know if you have had any kind of experience about using this kind of tools like Padlet, HeyGen. I know this is really common, right? But let me know any kind of experience. Okay, Miss Patricia ask, HeyGen is free. All right, HeyGen is free. It has a free version and you can get just with your Google account and create and enjoy. All right. Anytime, Patricia. All right. This test was a successful application of GPACK. I combine my English content with a clear pedagogy, scaffolding, as I said before, and the right technology, Padlet and HeyGen. David, uh, tell us how we move these web quest ideas into collaborative social media. Please.
Okay, thank you, Leon. Okay, hello everyone. I am David Aguilar. Today I'm quite excited to share a project my group developed during week 3 of our training. It was a hands-on, an eye-opening experience that changed the way we view technology in English language teaching. In a group activity, we adopted the classic task and process logic of Augustus Web Quest, not to a website or a computer lab, but to Telegram. Uh, uh, Maybe you are familiar with this app, Telegram, that is a messaging app, and for any other purposes. Yes, it is a simple messaging app. As I said, we created an English class group with more than 10 participants, including classmates and a few volunteer learners. The goal was to see if we could turn that social media platform into a functional VLI. What you're asking me, but what is a VLI? It's a virtual learning environment. We learn something powerful. You don't need any kind of expensive platforms or complex software. When combined with a proper lesson structure, social media can become an effective, accessible, and engaging VLA. Now, let me go a little deeper. Why Telegram? Because it's free, easy to use, and works on almost any mobile phone. Students don't need to log into multiple systems or remember usernames or difficult passwords. They already use apps like this every day. So we ask ourselves, and I ask to you, why not meet them where they already are? That was our starting point. Then we mapped the web quest structure into the Telegram's features: channels for input, groups for interactions. In the groups, we use this function that is the voice notes for speaking and the text for writing. In this Telegram group, we focus especially on productive skills, speaking and writing. We designed a mini web quest where the process guided missed opportunity. For example, if I had studied harder, I would have passed the exam, but I didn't so, and that was the statement. Their ask was to finish the story using the third conditional. They had to send a voice message, the phone, with the ending, then write the final two sentences in the chat. The next slide, please. The results were surprising. Students, who are usually quiet in a physical classroom, participated actively. They took time to prepare their voice notes, they listened to each other's contribution, and then they even started commenting on each other's conditionals. One student said, "If I had known grammar could be this fun, I would have joined earlier." That moment proved something important. Technology can turn students into conditional explorers, even through their mobile phones. They weren't just memorizing rules in the simple past, the simple present. No, no, no. Forget about that. They weren't just memorizing rules. They were using grammar creatively and collaboratively. Of course, we faced we faced challenge too. Some students were initially shy about recording their voices, others type conditionals with mistakes. That's normal. But because the group was small and supportive, we used those mistakes as learning moments. I will reply with a gentle correction, and the other teachers also, or ask another student to rephrase that. The process structure from WebQuest helped us keep the activity organized, clear steps, a real task, and the final product. The structure is what made social media work as a VLA, not the other way round. Now, let's move to the second part of our reflection. Please, the next slide. Okay, as as Mr. Liang mentioned earlier with his avatar, technology keeps evolving. We look into two current trends: artificial intelligence and the metaverse AI, especially generative AI like ChatGPT offers incredible possibilities. For personalized learning, imagine an AI tutor that gives each student instant feedback on their conditionals, adapts exercise to their level, and provides 24/7 support. That is powerful. Now I ask to you in the audience, um, another another use for this ChatGPT, or even if you are a teacher, if we have a teacher with us right now in the chat, how do you use this any kind of AI in your classroom? Please let us know. Okay, maybe I can repeat. How can you use this AI, artificial intelligence, for promote another kind of activities in your classroom, or even if you are not a teacher, maybe you are a student, or you want to learn something else? How would you use the this artificial intelligence to study or to teach something? Okay, okay, Patricia, write down that. Okay, to create material. Very good, Patricia. That's a very clever idea. Now, but we must be ethical. During our analysis, we ask ourselves important questions. Are students learning or just copying? Are they developing critical thinking or becoming dependent on AIs? As teachers, we must ensure that AI is a tool and not a crutch. For example, we can let the students use these AIs to check to check their first draft maybe, but then they stay in control. We don't want to lose human creativity and reasoning. The next slide, please. Okay, we have the conclusions and reflection here, but I'm gonna continue um, with this part of the slides. To conclude, I believe, and it's the same thought of my partners. We believe that we are no longer just teachers, but digital leaders in the EFL world. We don't have to wait for perfect technology. We can start today with what we have: a smartphone, a messaging app, and a well designed lesson. The future of education is not about expensive gadgets, it's about creative pedagogy. Thank you, Elian, for inspiring this conversation, and thank you, Teacher Augusto, for your participation too. And I don't know if Teacher Jorge Zambrano is here, but thank you for your constant guidance throughout this webinar. Now, to finish, to our wonderful audience, we are recording your names from the chat. Please make sure you've typed your full name, um, and if you want to, the institution that you belong. If you want to mention in this video, we see you, we appreciate you, and we thank you for being here with us until the very end. Teacher Augusto, Elian, if you have uh, any words.
I just want to say thank you to our audience. Thank you, David. Thank you, Miriam, for help us to develop this webinar. No more.
Yes, the same words. Thank you for the audience. Thank you, Colette, for being here and share this pivotal information for the whole audience. which is quite important for the process of the learning and education, right? So that's it. Thank you, audience. Thank you to you, colleagues. It's a pleasure to have been shared this information.
So
Okay.
thank you. That's all for today. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.